Ladies and gentlemen, now we'd like to invite the next speaker. The speaker is Mr. To move on. He is a Ruby evangelist from Taiwan. He also is an organizer of a Ruby conference Taiwan, Rails Girls Ruby Jam, and also he founded 5 times Ruby Company Limited, and he helped companies and startups around the world, Taiwan, Japan, United States, Singapore, in the development of Ruby-based products. Today he is going to speak under the theme of practice for internet-based political party activities in Taiwan using Ruby. Now, Mr. To move on, please. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to discuss how we implemented the system for people to join a political party and its activities in relation to practice of internet-based political party activities in Taiwan using Ruby. I am a Ruby evangelist from Taiwan and the organizer of the Ruby Taiwan community. In Japan, I am known by the name of Ryudo Shu. I founded a company 5 times Ruby in 2014 to facilitate the use of Ruby and support Ruby community in Taiwan. Our main business today is contract development of software products and services. Our client base is quite global, including those in Taiwan, Japan, Singapore, and United States. My talk today is related to one of such businesses. Before I begin the main topic, let me introduce to you an event, the Ruby Conference Taiwan 2023, December 15th and 16th. This conference began in 2010 and draws the largest number of Japanese attendees among Ruby conferences around the world. One highlight of the conference is MDD, Maths-Driven Development. Matsumoto-san has been participating in these conferences since 2012. This conference presents to Mr. Matsumoto and Mr. Tim Rayleigh, developer of Hanami, as a keynote speaker. The conference offers 28 sessions in 2 tracks. Tickets are now on sale, and as the chief organizer, I am sincerely looking forward soon seeing you again in Taiwan. In this presentation, I will explain how a political party in Taiwan called a New Power Party uses a website to manage party affairs, and then I will describe how the technical debt accumulated on its old version and ways to renew its functions and the challenges we met in this process and how we overcome those challenges. Founded in 2015, the New Power Party is the 4th political party in Taiwan, and it has 3 seats in the state legislature and 6 seats in local assemblies. It is the only political party in Taiwan which manages almost all party affairs on the web. For the web-based management, it mainly uses its official website, which has 5 main functions. They are party membership management, payment of membership dues, donations, election of party officers, and web contents-related matters. They are particularly different from other political parties in that the membership management and party official elections on the web, and I will discuss these 2 activities today. The calculation of party membership and expiry date of the membership is similar to the concept of subscription service. This flow chart shows how the validity of membership changes. When the member who joined the party in the first half of 2023 fails to pay the dues for the next period by June 30th, 2024, his membership expires. If this member pays the dues in the subsequent 2 years, he can regain the membership, and duration of the membership is counted on a continued basis without a break. However, if he didn't do so within 2 years, his membership is withdrawn and he may join the party again, but his party career is reset to 0. Next, about the election process of party officers. New Power Party is the only political party in Taiwan in which members of the two highest decision-making bodies are elected through complete online voting. The upper two organs are Membership Representatives Assembly, which is a body defined by the Political Party Act of Taiwan, and the Decision Committee, which is the decision-making body for operational matters. Members of these two organs are elected online, and the organization in the lower half are in charge of operational execution. In 2015 and 2019, when the nationwide general election was held, this party elected candidates for proportional representation through online voting. This is the process of party officers' election. Election period starts on the day of official announcements of the voting date. Party members whose membership is valid and who has been the member for a period longer than a specified length of time, half a year, on the date of announcement may vote. A person whose membership has expired shall not vote even if one pays the dues after the election period began. While the registration of candidates stays open, candidates may register online, and after the registration is closed, election committee examines the credentials of the applicants and announces the results. And during the question period, the candidates engage in open questions and answers with the party members on the question system. 1 hour before the voting starts, ballots are sent to the mail addresses of all members eligible to vote, and voting is accepted for a few days. After the voting is closed, the system counts the votes, and the result is announced to all party members. That is the process of election of party officers. The old system was developed by volunteers when the political party was founded, and the system continued to be used, being maintained and operated by hired engineers. Due to resources shortage, both manpower and finance, functions were added sporadically when needed for many years, and no test codes were written. When I took over the system, it was impossible to update almost all the functions. So I decided to review the whole specifications of the system and rebuild the system. This table shows differences between the old and the new versions of application stacks. In the interest of time, I will focus only on these 4 improvements and challenges in the process of making such changes. First one is enhancement of functions related to party membership management and member status. To join the party, the process goes from the membership application on the web, authentication by email and SMS, payment of membership dues, and followed by qualification examination by the staff in charge. On the system, there is a user account for a non-party member called Friends of the Party. Friends of the Party can become a formal party member once they go through the membership application process. But for any user account registration, email and SMS authentication is required. For membership fee payment, online transfer as well as the bank transfer and cash payment at the party chapter are accepted. The most important functions in the system are process of membership application and confirmation of membership validity. In the older version, there was the biggest confusion in those functions. So first, we normalized the database and separated data of the party members from the user model, and also the method of judging the validity status of the membership and expiry date grew too big in the user model, and we divided the method into multiple methods for modeling membership data to eliminate unnecessary overlap of functions and judgment criteria so as to reduce coding complexity. As a result, we could reduce the code by more than 1,000 lines and enable the system to pass the default standards of RubyWorld ABC size. Next improvement is the separation and rebuilding of party officer election system. This is the election process of the party. Sending of the notification and delivery of ballot sheets to all members and vote counting are all batch processed according to a schedule and must be completed by the designated deadline. And in the old version, all the batch processes had to be manually executed by engineers. The old version had the following security problems. It didn't require login for voting and could not identify voters. And also, it didn't encrypt voting data. And also, it didn't have a error handling for the event of re-access to the same URL. In changing the data, we used active job for scheduling, and execution by engineers was not necessary, and it became easy to test. Also, regarding the security improvement, first we used the encryption function of active record, and login was made necessary. The previous election system was part of the website, but due to the election which was to be conducted while the new system was still being developed, we had to make improvements as a Rails project with independent functions. We also have to establish compatibility between the old and new websites. We decided to use the doorkeeper and implemented OAuth authorization server function in the old and new website to allow election system to log in as auth clients. As a result, we were able to achieve the 80% test coverage. And with this new election system, only 2 engineers, including me, worked only 1 month for making improvements. Now about the IC/CD automation test and development. To promote the development and to improve the quality are the aims of CI and CD. And also by automatically creating the sandbox, the engineers can test, and also to realize this, we used the Ruby gem, developed the project, and we used the GitHub GI and set the deployment. This is the CI pipeline for one pull request. For each pull request, commit and push processes such as lint, test, build are executed, and only when basic security check and syntax style check are passed, code review can be initiated. On the deploy stage on the far right in the previous slide, a CI pipeline builds review application based on the Docker Swarm. Review app is an independent sandbox environment which has a host name specific to each pull request. After merge of pull request, the review app is automatically eliminated by CI job and the resources released. This allows the project manager and other people concerned to check the operation of the latest functions and does not require manual deployment by engineers. Now, data migration. Because of the significant change of the schema, migration code as well as the conversion of attachment from carrier wave to active storage were necessary. Since such a migration code was for an one-off use, it can be implemented as a Rails engine, and once it was installed in the main app as a private gem, it can be deleted from the gem file after migration. This is a private gem, so as regards the Git token required for Docker image construction, it was passed from the environment variables of CI to build arguments. We thus avoided the hard coding of the token to the source code. In actual operation, the migration this year took only 30 minutes and went smoothly, and it's been more than 2 months since the operation began, and there has been no problem such as data loss. Thank you very much for your kind attention.